All right, good morning. We're here for the 173rd Aircraft Maintenance Squadron Change of Command. Typically we start the ceremony out talking about the history and the symbolism of passing the flag in front of the troops and the airmen, and showing the symbolism of change of authority from one command to another. We get to do that in a little unique way today versus social media, so I guess both a benefit, nobody's standing at attention for too long, but also it's good to get everybody together. So I look forward to when we can actually do this in person again and get everybody together and actually celebrate these sorts of events and have a barbecue and do things the way we want to when we send people off. I'd like to start with just thanking Major Downs. Major Downs came over here and he made some sacrifices to do that. For those of you who don't know the story, he had an engineering firm and kind of talked to his family and talked to us and said, you know, I'd really like to come serve full time. It's something I've always wanted to do, and I really want to show my family what being around the military community is about. And so he made a pretty big sacrifice, sold that company, came on over and took command a few years ago. Has done an outstanding job since. He's really got kind of a servant leader's heart. And when you look at leaders like that really put their airmen first, you know they're going to be successful at whatever they do, not just the command here, but as they go forward. You know, we see service before self in a lot of our mottos and our readings and our doctrine. He just embodies that. He's wired that way. He doesn't have to think about it. So when you start leading an organization and you already start off with them first, you know he's going to be successful, and we've seen that here. Another thing we typically do is we read a citation, right? Well, when you have that sort of leadership style, you're going to produce results, and you're going to have a team that just wants to follow you, and that's what we've seen over the last 2 years. So we'll be doing that at another time in a smaller group and presenting him with that citation instead of here. But if you read that, you'd hear some pretty amazing statistics about flying double the amount of flying hours of any other unit. You'd hear things like 0 UEI write-ups. You'd see a whole bunch of improvements that he's made. And really, you guys as a squadron have done awesome things the last few years, and you're passing over a highly functioning group of airmen. And Major Schuster, you're lucky to have him do the work that he's done, and I thank you for that. Job well done. For those who didn't know, he's moving on to another adventure with his family, and they're moving off to the DC metro area where he'll become a legislative liaison. It's a tongue twister. In doing so, he'll be serving some pretty high-level stuff. He'll be doing a lot of learning about processes, budgeting, POM cycles, and how the political machine ties to this military machine, and how he can influence that and learn about that. And he goes with him carrying the Team Kingsley flag, and we look forward to representing us where you can, maybe giving us some insight of things that you learn as it goes along the way. So I thank you for taking on that challenge. And it's a pretty unique challenge. He's one of 2 officers who were selected to do that for the next 2 years, and it's a privilege. So we look forward to seeing you serve in that capacity. I'll just conclude saying a job well done. Thank you for you, to Karen and Annie, for taking on this challenge and leading these airmen the last few years. It's been a great ride. Look forward to watching your career in the future, whether that remains in DC, overseas, or returning here. We'll support you in any capacity we can. So thank you. Major Schuster, you get to take on a pretty unique group of individuals who are ready, motivated to continue up with the mission we've got. That being said, you and I have got some challenges, as well as this group over the next 3 years. Probably some of the more challenging we've seen. You've seen the numbers as well as I did on the iron. The iron flow will probably have, if not 1 to 2 iron flows by the time you're in command, with probably a recapitalization at some point in that, and a conversion. And if any of you've been through those events, those are challenging. That being said, you've got some of the best airmen behind you to go through it with you, and it's going to be an exciting challenge to take on. I also want to thank you. You've done some pretty unique things over the last few years and taking that jump. So I thank Jen and yourself for going to in-residence PME and doing that preparation that helps you broaden your view of the world. I thank you for going up to Salem on the drills and serving with the Adjutant General and traveling back and forth and learning about our state leadership and the ties that we have there. Those experiences, as well as the one over in FSF, teach you about the opportunities, the relationships, and the resources out there to take care of your airmen and take care of this mission. You're going to be a better leader for that, and I thank you for taking this opportunity and trusting. That may not be the path that you wanted to choose, but returning here really provides you a great opportunity to lead your airmen. So thanks for taking those opportunities, and I look forward to the next few years of you taking command. You're absolutely prepared and the right man for the job, and I thank you for that. In conclusion, that's all I got. Thank you to the men and women of the 173rd Aircraft Maintenance Squadron for the last few years serving under Major Downs, and we've got some bright future ahead of us with Major Schuster taking command. Thank you for your service.
I'll keep this short and sweet. Colonel Lambert, sir, thank you for this opportunity. I learned a lot from you, and I appreciate your leadership. The lieutenants, I'm better for having known you guys. I'm so impressed with your guys' desire to lead airmen and make Kingsley a better place. And I look forward to coming back in a few years and seeing what you're up to. Chief Ivy, I cherish our friendship and the fact that we started this journey together as strangers to each other, and to most of the squadron. May God bless you and your family, and I look forward to crossing paths with you in the future. Chief Rainville, I hope you know how much I trust and respect you. You've made the past 4 months a pleasure for myself and the squadron, and I'm confident you'll continue to do so. You're an awesome asset to any commander. To the supervisors of the AMXS, there's not a finer group of leaders out there. I'm in awe of how committed you are to your airmen and to this mission. I was able to sleep well over the past 2 years because of how much I trust you. I count each of you as good, lifelong friends, and I'm proud to continue serving in your Air Force. To the airmen of the AMXS, you all will forever hold a special place in my heart. I thoroughly enjoyed your sacrificial service, your friendship, and your antics. Many stories I will never forget. I think highly of each of you and have high expectations for what you'll accomplish together in the future. And finally, to Major Schuster, your new commander. This is the second time I've handed him the flag. It comforts me knowing that this guy will be watching out for your best interests and fighting when necessary. I'll save the stories, but I have no doubt that he is one of the most compassionate, caring airmen I've ever met. I look forward to sitting down with you in the future, Rich, and sharing AMXS success stories. With that, it's time for me to get off the camera, pack my bags, and bid farewell to my Kingsley family and the mighty Eagle. I salute each of you with the highest respect.
I feel incredibly honored to be able to serve the men and women of the 173rd AMXS. First, I want to thank that team. They're also known as the world's greatest Eagle Keepers. I want to thank you for all that you do to sustain and maintain the greatest air-to-air platform the world has ever known. I want to thank Major Downs for the incredible dedication and passion to your team. I think that you're unmatched in any arena for your love of this country and your folks. I'm grateful to be able to take command behind you for a second time. Lieutenant Colonel Lambert, thank you for the trust and the guidance. It's truly been an honor to work for you, sir. Colonel Edwards, thank you for the support and the trust. I want to thank many past commanders and chiefs for all of the guidance, the opportunities, the chance to work with such amazing people, including Colonel Smith, Colonel Ebner, Colonel Mitchell. Thank you for dedication and your example. For my family, for all of their support, especially my wife Jen. Without them, I couldn't do any of the things that I've been able to do. All the members of the Kingsley family, I feel blessed every day to be able to work with an unbelievable team that puts others above their own needs. It feels a little bit like a homecoming to me. I started out on the flight line, and I think about the first 14 years of my career was spent fixing aircraft, launching, recovering. So I feel like I get to come back to where it all started. It's an amazing opportunity. We all know that the weak and entitled seek to be served, but the truly powerful seek to serve others. I am beyond grateful to work with a team that puts others in front of themselves, that seek to serve one another, that seek to serve this nation, our state, and our communities. Thank you all for what you do.